How to survive homelessness when civilization has collapsed, the shelters are burned, the cops are gone, and the only thing between you and hypothermia is your own desperate ingenuity. The grid is dead. The last government building became a bonfire 3 weeks ago. You're staring at a rusted sedan that hasn't moved since the riots, and tonight's forecast is freeze or adapt. No welfare office, no soup kitchen, no kind stranger with a blanket. Just you, the cold, and whatever garbage you can weaponize into survival. No worries, we're turning homelessness into a science. The coffin method, but make it apocalypse. First rule of sleeping in a dead car, you're not heating the car, you're heating you. The car is just a shell, a coffin with wheels. Embrace that energy. Find rigid foam insulation, the pink or blue stuff from collapsed hardware stores, gutted construction sites, or that half-burned Home Depot everyone's too scared to loot. Cut it to fit every window, every single one. Use a knife, a sharp rock, your teeth if necessary. Precision doesn't matter. Coverage does. This foam coffin can raise interior temps by 15 to 20 degrees without a single flame. No fire, no smoke, no radar spotting your glow from half a mile away. Just physics doing the heavy lifting while you conserve calories. Seal the edges with duct tape, cloth strips, or dried mud if you're truly desperate. Air gaps are heat thieves. Treat them like enemies. But here's the twist nobody tells you. Your breath is trying to kill you. 8 hours of exhaling in a sealed box turns your survival pod into a swamp. You'll wake up soaked, everything damp, mold starting its slow invasion of your lungs. Congratulations, you survived the cold and invented pneumonia. Solution? Leave one corner unsealed, a 1/4-inch crack, just enough for airflow, not enough to invite the freeze. It's a negotiation with thermodynamics. You won't win completely. You just need to lose slower than the cold. The metabolic furnace, eating your way to warmth. Your body is a furnace, a terrible, inefficient furnace that runs on whatever garbage you can shove into it. In the old world, people avoided fat. In this world, fat is survival currency. 30 to 60 minutes before you seal yourself into your foam coffin, eat something disgusting and calorie-dense. Peanut butter from a ransacked pantry, cheese that's questionable but not actively hostile, sardines in oil. The oil matters. That's liquid warmth. Bacon grease scraped from an abandoned diner's cold flat top. This triggers thermogenesis. Your digestive system kicks into overdrive, generating heat for 4 to 6 hours. Time it right, and your internal furnace peaks during the 3 a.m. death window, the coldest hours when hypothermia stops asking and starts taking. Here's what not to do. Alcohol. I know. The old movies showed grizzled survivors passing a flask. Those survivors died off screen. Alcohol dilates your blood vessels, rushes warm blood to your skin, and dumps your core heat into the void. You'll feel warm for 20 minutes. Then you'll feel nothing forever. Stick to fat. Stick to protein. Your body knows what to do with it. Trust the meat sweats. The 3 a.m. engine ritual, if you have fuel. If your vehicle still runs, and that's a big if in a world where gasoline is more valuable than gold, there's a trick that separates the frozen corpses from the survivors. Set a mental alarm, or an actual alarm if you've got battery power. Wake up between 3 and 4 a.m. This is when your core temperature bottoms out, when your body is most vulnerable, when hypothermia sneaks in like a quiet thief. Run the engine for 15 minutes, just 15. Blast the heat. Let it reset your thermal baseline. Then kill it, conserve fuel, and ride that warmth back into sleep. But here's the part that'll actually kill you if you ignore it. Carbon monoxide. Colorless, odorless, the silent apocalypse within the apocalypse. If you're running that engine, crack a window. Park with your exhaust pointing downwind. Never, ever run it in an enclosed space with the windows sealed. You survived raiders, starvation, and societal collapse. Don't let car fumes be your epilogue. Let's continue with the Mylar architecture, building a heat trap. We're talking about Mylar blankets, those crinkly silver sheets that make you look like a baked potato. In the old world, they were just filler for an emergency kit. In this world, they are the core of your thermal engineering. You tape them to the ceiling of your car, shiny side facing down. It's basic physics. Your body radiates heat upward, hot air rises, and all that precious warmth is trying to escape through the roof. The Mylar reflects it. It sends it right back down onto you. You become your own radiator. And for bonus points, you sandwich that Mylar between layers of fabric, old shirts, torn curtains, anything you can find. This does two things. One, it kills that crinkling noise, the sound that announces your exact position to anyone who might be passing by. Two, it adds another critical layer of insulation. Some survivors take this even further. They go full architect. They build entire Mylar tents inside their vehicles, a smaller pod within the pod. Why? To reduce the volume of air they need to heat with nothing but their own body. It looks completely insane, but it works insanely well. The goal is always the same, you see. You have to shrink your heated space, maximize reflection, minimize loss. You're not trying to heat a car anymore. You're heating a body-sized bubble that just happens to be inside a car. Next, you have to understand the air gap principle, the science of layers. Here's a piece of science the old world forgot. One thick blanket is always worse than 3 thin ones. It sounds counterintuitive. It's also completely true. The layers trap air, and air is your best friend. Air is insulation. Each tiny gap between those blankets creates a new thermal barrier. This is exactly how high-end mountaineering gear works. This is how survival works. So you stuff those empty backpacks around you. You wad up clothes and shove them into the dead spaces. Some of the absolute legends out there inflate trash bags and pack them into the corners of their shelter. They're creating deliberate air pockets, barriers that prevent the cold from pooling around their bodies. And it will pool. Cold air sinks. It finds your feet, your back, any part of you that's touching cold metal or glass. You have to fill those voids. Newspaper works, cardboard works, even crumpled plastic bags work. Anything that creates dead airspace between you and the killing cold. You're building a nest, an ugly, desperate, scientifically sound nest. Then there's power scavenging. Batteries are the new gold. If you can get your hands on power tool batteries, Milwaukee, DeWalt, those red and yellow rectangles that construction workers used to guard with their lives, you have found portable heat. Heated jackets exist. Heated vests exist. They were designed for line workers, but they run on these exact batteries. One full charge can give you hours of gentle, life-saving warmth. It's not enough to survive on its own, but it is enough to tip the scales. And portable power stations, those brick-sized battery packs with the outlets on the side, they are apocalypse treasure. You guard them with your life. You charge them whenever you find a working solar panel, a running generator, or stumble across that one building where someone's still got power they're willing to trade. Look for abandoned rigs. A heated car seat cushion designed for a trucker draws minimal power but outputs maximum comfort. Find one and you've struck survival gold. But physics isn't just about objects, it's about people. The buddy system. Warmth is social. 2 bodies produce twice the heat of one. This isn't sentiment, this is pure thermodynamics. The survival communities, the ones that actually last, they check on each other every single day. A knock on the window, a signal, some proof of life. Because hypothermia is sneaky. It doesn't announce itself. It just makes you confused, then sleepy, then dead. Having someone out there who notices you didn't give the signal could be the only difference between waking up and becoming another cautionary tale.
So find your people, share warmth, share watches, share the crushing burden of staying alive in a world that is actively trying to kill you. It all comes down to the final calculation. Survival in this world isn't about comfort, it's about math. It's calories in versus heat out, insulation versus exposure. It is a constant calculation of risk versus reward. Every piece of foam panel is another degree saved. Every fat-heavy meal is 4 more hours for your internal furnace. Every Mylar sheet is reflected warmth that would have been lost to the void. You're not living. You are engineering survival, one night at a time. The world ended. The shelters burned, the systems collapsed, but thermodynamics doesn't care about civilization. Physics works the same in the ruins that it did in the labs. So learn the science, scavenge the scraps, build your coffin, and wake up tomorrow to do it all over again.